Gary, you spoke on Tuesday night that you wanted to see a reaction from your players and you wanted them to be banging down your door to play. Have you seen that over the last couple of days?
Well, we were recovering yesterday, so I haven't seen them. There is some chats they have this morning with individuals. The group will have a meeting. We'll train today and prepare tomorrow, and we have to move on. We have to review the game. We have to take out of it lessons. We have to be better. Clearly, the first half nowhere near good enough. We have to improve, but we have to do that by being positive. We have to stay together. And we have to turn up on Saturday with a much better attitude, much better mentality to the game, and get back to winning ways.
Was the reaction in the changing room after the game what you would have wanted or expected from the players given the result of that magnitude?
Yeah, look, sometimes whatever happens in the changing room for me stays there, but I think, in games like that, sometimes you can be a little bit shell-shocked and you have to kind of pick the bones out of it and see what actually happened, and that's what we'll do today with the players. We always review, win, lose or draw, we review games and we try and learn whether we win, lose or draw. So this is no different, but I think you have to be positive as well. This can't be a blame culture. This can't be, pointing fingers at people. We have to try and find the reasons, and we have to understand those reasons and work hard on the training pitch to change the momentum of the season, to change the momentum of results. And like I said on Tuesday night, there's 18 games still to play for. There's a lot of points that we can win. There's still a lot to look forward to. There's an FA Cup tie that we've never seen for 44 years at St James Park. This isn't a time to feel sorry for ourselves, to be negative. This is a time to stick together, to look at the next game and approach it with a much better mindset than we did on Tuesday.
When you're on the training pitch the next couple of days looking towards the Stevenage game, will you be trying new things, or do you believe that it's a case of sort of tweaking what we're already doing?
Look, I always think when you're losing games, it's my job, the coach's job, to try and find the reasons why, and if that is a structural thing, then we have to, look at it. Obviously, defensively, we're very light in terms of numbers, defensive-minded players, so we have to try and address that in the transfer market. And with the players we've got, can we find a system? Can we find a way that allows us or makes it easier for the players to win a game? That's my job. But there was a lot in the game that was actually okay. There was moments in the game where we have to be better as a team, as players, in terms of that competing, the running aspect of the game. I think it's a very simple aspect of the game, but it's the foundation of everything we do. And there was too many moments where I felt like Leyton Orient ran a bit harder and ran a bit more than we did, and we have to find that again, and then everything else falls into place when you do the basics better. So lots for me and the staff to consider, but like I said, we have to support the players, we have to stick by the players, we have to be honest with them as well, and show them the areas where they must be better. And if we do that, then I'm sure, like we did last year when we had a difficult period, we will come through this with flying colours.
Something we have noticed over the last few weeks, despite being injured, is Piers Sweeney is still very much in and around the squad, in the changing room before and after the game. How important are figures like Sweeney's in times like this?
That's maybe the problem, actually. I wanted to address that. Sweeney's is Sweeney's. This is his club. He knows the club inside out. He's been in moments like this. He's been in good times for this club, so he knows exactly, what's needed in terms of to help the players, to be for the players. He's the captain of the club. So, in fairness, all our players, that weren't in the squad were in the dressing room before the game, were in the dressing room after the game. It's something I think we do really well, where even when you're not involved, you feel a part of it and you're connected to the team. I can only pick 11 players, I can only pick 7 subs, but still the group, in terms of the players that aren't involved, are there, and I think that's big again, that we keep that togetherness, because that's going to see us through these difficult periods and take us forward.
You mentioned sort of defence there in your previous answer. How confident are you over the next 5 days that we can bring in one, if not 2 more defensive players?
Yeah, I'm confident we're getting closer. It's yesterday was a busy day in terms of that, working towards that. But with all these things, they can change minute by minute. in terms of different clubs get involved, agents, players changing their mind, the selling club or the club that we're loaning from changing their mind. So there's lots that are out with our control, and that's the frustrating part of it all. But I'm very confident that we will have more players in the building before the end of the window, and good players at that.
Was there any further update on Jack Fitzwater following his scan?
There is, yeah. He's going to be out for a number of weeks. I don't know exactly how many, but yeah, it wasn't great news, and he'll be out for a number of weeks.
Another blow then, which must be really frustrating.
Yeah, I think it's part of football at the moment. I think there's injuries. I look at Premier League clubs, top clubs with huge staff, huge cost that they put into it, and still they can't stop injuries. It's a really difficult aspect of the game that we have to look at as a club internally when we get injuries, which we do. But it's really difficult to stop, and yeah, we've picked up too many, and in a key area of the pitch, when it's all in a similar area, it can be really difficult for the team to kind of cope with that. So we have to try and be better at that and keep players fitter, but like I said, it's a real problem within football.
In terms of the injured players as a whole, is there any good news? Are there other players that are close to returning and maybe available for the weekend?
Reece has been training well. He might play next week in the Premier League Cup. Sonny Cox training fully with the team, again might play next week. So that's good news. But other longer term ones, Sweens is probably still 3-4 weeks away. And obviously other players are missing the season. So there is some good news, and obviously with the window we can bring more players as well. But the injured players need to keep working to be available as quick as possible. On
to Saturday then, Stevenage. What have you made of their season so far? And obviously a fantastic result for them on Tuesday away at Wrexham.
Yeah, they've done brilliant. I signed Big Revs at Wigan on loan, so I know him well, and it's his second stint, and he's done a brilliant job. I think they're a team that is on the up, a team that's playing with confidence. If you can go to Wrexham and win, then it's going to really give you energy, so we have to be fully prepared for another really tough game, a physical game. Last year I think we went there and really showed what we were all about, and that's the type of attitude that we need this year as well. That game last season, in fact, came in the middle of another tough run, but it felt like that point we got, it sort of brought everyone together again, and it was sort of the start of sort of fixing our season, if you like. Yeah, it was a big point. With 10 men, 1-0 down at half time, we were really kind of staring down the barrel at that point, and the second half performance was incredible. Yannick came on, scored. Think of the team that day. Some of the performances, Czech was outstanding. So yeah, we have players that have been there, that have experienced the stadium, and yeah, we need the same performance on Saturday.